Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to May I Scraplift You. So today I am scrapjacking CaliforniaLucky. I went deep into her Instagram, you guys, real deep. This, I believe, is an Amy Tangerine paper, and it's Zoo Day, but I am actually going to be scrapbooking the Disney Skyliner. But I love this layout. I love the composition of it. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so I am matting my photos on some khaki colored cardstock, and I've trimmed down that cardstock to 4 1/4. So it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I placed my photos on top and then I'm going to trim it down as well. So I have a thin border on it, and look at that, I refilled my ATG, so that's fun. I'm going to have the two photos overlap each other a little bit, and I chose to make them overlap in that direction because there wasn't anything on the right side of that photo. If I had put the Skyliner sign on the left-hand side of the photo, I would have ended up cutting off something of the Skyliner, and I did not want to do that. Now you're looking at this and you're like, woo, Sandy, why are you putting a green and silver striped paper over top of these patterned plus signs? And you know, that doesn't bother me. It's this corally color cardstock that I'm putting down here to be the center part of the layout that ultimately ends up getting ripped off because I hate it and I go with something else. Now, I had done this because in Erica's layout, she had that text paper, and I didn't really want to use a text paper. I wanted to use the papers that I had still sitting out on my desk. So all these scraps that I have were ones that were sitting out on my desk from a previous layout. And then I decided, you know what? This pink is not what I want. It is not giving me the feeling that I want. It's too plain. There's nothing in it. I could have textured it by putting it through my paper crimper, or I could have stenciled on it just to give it something, but I just decided to rip it off and start over. So I'm going to use the blue paper here in the center, and then this paper that is striped on one side and green on the other. I go ahead and give it a torn edge and tuck it underneath of the teal paper. And then in Erica's layout, she has a couple of torn edges over here, so I decided that I was going to do that as well. And then I tear the edge one more time and flip the paper over, and this time I'm going to use the green. Now the green is not an exact match for the green plus signs, but for me it's close enough. Now this yellow paper right here is actually plus signs as well, so I want it to go ahead and use that, and it gives a pretty bold pop of color. I didn't know where the heck my scissors got off to, so I ended up having to use my heavy duty scissors that are supposed to be able to cut things like chipboard, and then that made me realize how blunt and dull my scissors have become, because those scissors are sharp as anything and my regular scissors are not so sharp. So now I'm going to pull out some flowers, and these flowers I picked up at the give and take table at the retreat. You guys, every time I make a dent in using up flowers, for some reason I pick them up at a retreat give and take table. I don't know what to tell you. But I decided to use one larger one, the yellow one, and then two smaller ones. And these guys have kind of like scrolly decorations on them. And I figured that this was good enough. I pull out my brads to see if I want to put one in the center. And I don't really have anything that's kind of calling out to me. So I go looking and I end up pulling a flare out because I think that the colors are not the exact match, but it has the whole color feel to it. And then I realize, oh, that's where my scissors are, and go ahead and get them. I grab a piece of fun foam and put that in the flare. So this is a Dotty About flare, and fun foam fits exactly. Now my original idea when I was going to do this layout was to punch little circles out with my hole punch right there, and then do little dots with that Nouveau. Ultimately, I decided against that. I pull out these gems and then I put them on to the teal flowers over here. And guys, the yellow gems on top of the teal flowers just make me uncomfortable. As you can see, I had to move the one flower down. It just kind of looked like nipples. So I ended up taking the yellow ones off and putting a teal gem inside of the teal flower, and that looks more unnipply. Is that even a word, unnipply? I don't know. So they just had to come off, but I'm okay with the teal ones. I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, I need a title. I don't want to call it Skyliner or anything like that because it says Skyliner right there, big in the photo. So you kind of know what it is. So I am looking through some thickers. I decide to go with something simple, just the word go, because the Skyliner does go. It's a nice, fun ride for sure to travel around different places in Walt Disney World. And I'm looking at this and I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I need to do to this layout. I'm kind of looking back at Erica's layout. I'm trying to figure out, okay, she's got some little tabby things and some little labely things, and I'm going through my tabs and my labels, and nothing is really matching with what I've got going on here. To be fair, nothing really matches anyway, but I think that there is, like, it's a cohesive thought, even though the colors aren't an exact match. So I pull out this sticker sheet and I find some things that will work. I felt like I needed to add a little bit more of the yellowy, orangey colors over on that left-hand side. So I did that binder clip sticker up at the top. And then I found this little banner sticker right here, and I thought that that was perfect. And then I added that little orangey heart just right there off on the edge. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. I'm not going to journal on this one. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's the Disney Skyliner. The sign in the picture gives you all the information you need. So be sure to check out the links down below and check out Erica over on Instagram or here on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.